right, you guys wanted me to try this again for the intro today, so let's do it. We'll just stick to the standard mode. I didn't know that it was only offensive players for this. We'll try hard mode on a different day, but I have a video I want to do today, so we'll try to make it quick. So why don't we start off with Josh Allen. Okay, not a bad guess. So this player is in the AFC East. They are a big boy. So if it can't be a defensive player, it's got to be a receiver then if they're that tall, right? Or a tight end. Is Mike Gesicki older than Josh Allen? I bet you it's Big Mike. No, it's not, but it is a tight end. Okay. No. Hello? No. Yeah, and, no, that's not what I was talking about at all. You didn't send me that, though. That's the thing. I didn't get it yet. Landlord has to call me in the middle every time. Hey, at least we got it right, though. I was gonna guess Hunter Henry or Jonnu. I don't think it's CJ Uzama. I don't know how tall he is, but he would have apparently been my fifth guess. But today's Weddle was Hunter Henry. Alright, anyway, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Happy Thursday. Today's video, we're going to kind of get into the NFL draft rhythm, and I am going to be going over and giving a letter grade to every first overall pick since 2007. The reason I picked 2007 is because their first overall pick is probably one of the most notorious first round picks of all time, and it's about as far back as I can remember from any football memories. Anyway, before we start this video, head over to gfuel.com, use code WyattzWorld, save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products. Let's hop into grading our first overall draft picks. Alright, so starting in 2007, the first overall pick was Jamarcus Russell to the Oakland Raiders at the time. Jamarcus Russell was this huge titan of a quarterback, 6'6", coming out of LSU, and he was, of course, the hottest thing on the market. Unfortunately for Jamarcus Russell, he finished with a career NFL record of 7 wins and 18 losses. Yep, that's right, he only started 25 games over 3 years that he was in the league. From the moment he was drafted, there was nothing but problems. He wanted to be compensated more, he didn't want to put in any effort, he didn't want to work with the team. There's an infamous story of Doug Peterson giving him a tape saying, hey, bring it home and watch it, tell me anything you don't like. The next day he brought it back, said he loved everything. It turns out it was a blank CD and he never even watched it. Jamarcus Russell was an absolute turd, and for a first overall pick, his grade is nothing but an F. Up next, we got the 2008 NFL Draft, and our first overall pick that year was the Miami Dolphins selecting Jake Long. Tackles are a little bit harder to grade because, you know, you don't really pay as much attention to them. They're not out there making explosive plays happen. Coincidentally, Jake Long actually ended his career in Minnesota, I believe. I'm not sure how much he played, but he did start off as a force to be reckoned with in Miami. 4 straight Pro Bowls and an All-Pro appearance in his first 4 years. I mean, what can you complain about? Now, the grade I would give Jake Long, I would say is a B. Yeah, they didn't win a Super Bowl or anything with him, but the guy they picked first overall, I would say did perform at that level for the first 4 to 5 years they got him. Nobody can foresee injuries breaking someone down. It's just unfortunate. And fast forwarding to 2009, we have Matthew Stafford, who was selected first overall by the Detroit Lions. Oh yeah, we're still familiar with Stafford, alright. He just won a Super Bowl with the Rams. My grade for Stafford, and a lot of people are going to disagree, is actually an A. No, he did not win a ring for Detroit, but he was there for a long time, and he never lost his job. He was always considered one of the league's best, even though he was on a shit team. He kept hope in that franchise for years when they should have had absolutely none. If he wouldn't have been a good first overall pick, he wouldn't have remained there for as long as he was. He was never the issue. He did all he could. Matt gets an A. And skipping up to 2010, we've got good old Sammy Sleeves, Sam Bradford. He was picked first overall by the Rams, played there for I think 4 years, went to Philly for a season, then came to Minnesota for 2, then went to the Cardinals and then retired. He was elite in college. He came out of Oklahoma. He had so much appraisal, and he finished his career going 34, 48, and 1. Injuries didn't help him, but I just don't think his game transitioned from college to the NFL. Not everybody can, and it's unfortunate. He did not ever have a winning season with the team that drafted him. He was average for us, then he had a good start, and he got hurt, where he went to the Cardinals and then didn't win a game. The fact that he got to survive for 8 years in the league is enough to keep him out of the F column, but I will not give Sam Bradford anything more than a D. As an NFL quarterback, he wasn't good. And that will bring us to 2011, where we've got another familiar face. Give me Cam Newton. Oh yes, the Panthers selected him number 1 overall, and yes, he was the hottest talk of the town, rightfully so. Cam Newton came out of Auburn, and he was supposed to be, you know, basically like the Titan version of Mike Vick. He can run, he can throw, but he's big. He actually remained part of the Carolina Panthers before his second tandem there for I think 8 or 9 seasons straight. He had a couple Pro Bowls and obviously his infamous MVP season where he went to the Super Bowl. He didn't win the Super Bowl, and other than those 2 years, he wasn't ever exactly the best passer, but as a runner, he was still in a lot of people's heads as a top 10 quarterback. Eventually, I think injuries just crippled him. His shoulder was fucked. He couldn't throw the ball as good. Now he's trying to get a job, I think, as a backup. Not a great ending, but as far as his draft grade would go, oddly, I would give Cam a B. He brought relevancy to Carolina. He made that team a pretty popular team for what they were. Guy made some great plays. He had some electric runs. He had some beautiful throws. And now we move on to 2012, where the Indianapolis Colts selected Andrew Luck at number 1. I'll take the fire for this. He's an A. He was elite. He was still playing right now. He would still be a top 5 quarterback. I swear to God, this guy was the second coming of Christ. They never got him protection. He wasn't able to stay healthy, and it got to the point where he was so tired of getting his ass kicked, he said fuck football when he retired after, what, 6, 7 seasons? He went 53-33 with 170 some touchdowns and like 80 picks. The goddamn elite quarterback. I miss him every day. And up next in 2013, we actually have the Chiefs selecting offensive tackle Eric Fisher first overall. I might be stepping in hot water here, but I'm going to give him a C. Look, he stayed in Kansas City for 8 seasons after they drafted him. He was clearly good, but it took him 8 years to achieve the ring, and he only got 2 Pro Bowls on that ride. See where I stand? You know, it's like, how can I look at it? If he's like Trent Williams or something, and he had 9 straight Pro Bowls, it'd be a lot easier to give him a higher grade, but I can't do it, although I don't think he's a D or an F. So I'd say C. And up next with the 2014 number 1 overall draft pick, the Houston Texans selected Jadeveon Clowney. B. He had a slow start, but he ended up making 3 or 4 Pro Bowls for Houston before he left. Now, after he left Houston, I don't think he was ever as good as he was there. And he skipped around on 3 different teams in 3 years, but he's still served as, I would say, a star defensive end on every team he's played on. Now, is he J.J. Watt? Fuck no. Is he better than the average DE? Probably. So we'll give him the B. And we got a good one now. 2015, the Buccaneers' number 1 overall pick was Jameis Winston. I like him, no disrespect. C, that might even be too high, but I don't think, you know, he was the worst thing to ever happen there. But he had fans ripping the hair out of their heads, man. Guy's got a pretty bad record, a 33-44. And just 2 seasons ago, we saw him throw 30 interceptions in 1 year. Like, we can't give him the credit that, you know, I want to, but I would probably still take him over at least 10 of the quarterbacks in the football league. That would bring us to 2016, and we have the Rams once again selecting a quarterback. This time it is Jared Goff from Cal. I want to give him a B, but there would be riots, so I'm going to give him a C because I'm a man of the people. Out of his first 3 seasons in the league, he made 2 Pro Bowls and went to the Super Bowl. I know he didn't win, but that's a big achievement. But unfortunately, he is one of those quarterbacks that needs to be in the right situation, and he needs to have the proper surroundings for him at all times. He can't really make things, you know, go down by himself, as I've previously said. And I think that's kind of what led to his departure there, because when the offensive line wasn't able to give him 10 seconds to make a play, they were fucked. But he had 4 straight winning seasons. He broke 4,600 yards in back-to-back years. Like, you know, if you're an ass quarterback, you don't do that. I'll give him a C, and I think that's underrating him. Moving on, we got the 2017 NFL Draft, and the Cleveland Browns selected Myles Garrett first overall. That's an A. That's an A+. You can go all the way through that draft. You can pull names. You can say this person would have been good in Cleveland. This person would have been good in Cleveland. You're probably right, but nobody would have been better for Cleveland than Myles Garrett. He has succeeded from the moment his plane landed there. And the scary thing about him is I think he's just entering his prime. Back-to-back all-pro seasons, like, good God. Cleveland's offense gets clicking, man. This could be the year there. Anyway, Myles Garrett, A, perfect. And skipping forward a year, we've got the Browns once again at number 1, picking Baker Mayfield first overall in the 2018 draft. C, he wasn't tremendous. He wasn't ass. He did change the culture there. He changed the team. He helped pave the road for what you guys are driving on right now. You can't let that go. Now, did he do what they brought him there to do? No. Was he the quarterback everyone thought he was going to be when he arrived? No. But he's like Jared Goff. It could be argued if he deserves a B or not, just from where he brought that shit fucking organization and team and where he left them. Baker, I know Cleveland appreciates you. I give you a C. And moving on to 2019, we've got Kyler Murray, another C. I know all Arizona hates me. They want my head on a pole. They think that he is, a top 10 quarterback, one of the greatest. Has Kyler been good? Yeah, reasonably. Has he brought that team to new heights and new places? No. Got to the playoffs this year, they didn't fucking win, and he didn't look tremendous in that game either. Look at guys like Josh, Lamar, Baker, Joe Burrow. Instant impacts they have on their teams. Yeah, I know Josh and Joe might not have been instant. It took them 1 year, my bad. But it doesn't take them 4 or 5 or 6 fucking seasons in order to get a grip on it. See? Up next, we've got the 2020 NFL Draft, and the first overall pick from the Cincinnati Bengals is Joe Burrow. A. Oh, he's only been in the league for 2 years. Exactly, and he was brought there to go to the Super Bowl and win it. Within 2 years, he got them there once already. Anything other than an A on his name is just flat out wrong. Now, over time, could it drop? Yeah, certainly, but right now, no. And moving on to the 2021 draft, we got Trevor Lawrence, and much like I probably gave Burrow maybe too high of a rating to some people, I'm gonna give Trevor a probably too low of one. D. I liked the guy, but last year he wasn't good. Good team or not, when they drafted him, they wanted him to change, and they didn't change a damn thing about it. The team was still terrible. Can his grade fluctuate? For sure. But after last season, bro, like, the Jags weren't good. Neither was he. Alright guys, and that is going to be all for me giving letter grades to the first overall picks from 2007 and up. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comments below. If you disagree or agree with me, let me know in the comments below. I hope to upload on WyattzWorld Extra, but if I don't, as always, you guys know the drill. I will see you the next time I upload.